Welcome to Istanbul.
Yeah, we made it. It was a solid 13-hour flight.
Yeah, it was actually a really smooth flight. It was good. Well, actually, no, it wasn't smooth. It was pretty bumpy, actually.
But the food was good.
The food was good. The service was good. And, like, it went by faster than I thought it would. Usually I get really miserable on long flights, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, I think we slept for half of it.
Now we're just heading over to immigration.
This airport's very impressive.
It's really nice.
All right, let's get going.
We made it to Turkey and got our car. Shivam, what are your first impressions?
I mean, we're not in the city yet, but at least outside of the airport, these roads are really good.
Yeah.
Way better than other roads.
There's also not even a lot of traffic. And I also just it doesn't feel like we're like in a different country.
Yeah.
It looks like very similar to like driving in the Midwest or something like that.
It's like driving in California, minus all the potholes.
I think it reminds me even more of the Midwest, actually, with all the like green on the sides. Now we're heading to the grocery store to go get some goods.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna head to our hotel.
Finally checked in at the hotel.
Looking travel exhausted, but
and very tired. Yeah.
We need food.
And just came to the first restaurant next to the hotel.
So we got a veggie casserole, which actually looks pretty good, and then a meze platter and
bread.
Some bread.
Finished the first day in Istanbul, or well,
First evening.
first few hours.
Yeah. We're so tired. I need to sleep. Even though it's technically only like 3 o'clock in California, but we did not get enough sleep on that flight.
And also an update for driving.
Yeah.
It was great on the way out of the airport, and it was just horrific inside of the city. People were not driving in lanes or driving on one-way roads on the wrong side.
They were driving the wrong way on one-way roads that only had one lane. So like there were literally times where we were just driving and there was someone directly in front of us and we're like, all right, one of us has got to just keep reversing until there's an intersection so we can back. Honestly, I was so stressed out. At one point, Shivam, you just parked your car and you were like, okay, so like, what do we do now? I definitely can't drive. You could hardly drive.
I could drive. I drove.
You needed my assistance. Unless I had provided my expert navigation skills, you would not have survived in those streets.
Well, the food was decent at the first place.
Yeah, we just walked over to this place that was like right next to our hotel.
Yeah.
And somehow had like 4.9 star rating.
Yeah.
And it was really good. They gave us free baklava and Turkish tea and stuff at the end, which we really didn't need. But we were so full. I accidentally ordered too much bread, which classic me, carb lover.
I think the plan should be order the appetizers first, then determine
and see how you feel.
Because the appetizers was such a large quantity.
The thing is, you can load up on so much bread with the appetizers, and then you just like, I'm like, oh my gosh. But then it's like not, you get hungry again fast because you ate like just like carbs. And I'm gonna try my Turkish coffee tomorrow and show this Shivam.
I've had Turkish coffee. I don't like it.
Oh, I've never had it before.
It just tastes like dirt.
Well, if you get it with milk and stuff, it might be good. Some people at my work were saying to just don't drink it all the way to the bottom. Like, just drink like 3/4 of it and you won't taste like whatever that like dirt type of flavor is. There's got to be something. There's no way they're just like regular ground coffee that you buy at Walmart and just like putting it in water and boiling it and calling it Turkish coffee. Like, there's no way. There has to be something special about it.
Yeah, they're not getting it at Walmart. They're getting it at Carrefour.
I don't know about that. Anyways, clearly we are tired and need to sleep.
I'm not tired. You're tired.
Okay. Well, I'm tired. We have a long day ahead of us tomorrow. And we're going to go see some cool historical sites and eat some really freaking fantastic food. So get ready. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
So we woke up pretty early. Shivam didn't really sleep much at all. I slept pretty much the entire time. But we just came to get breakfast. So this is our first breakfast of the day. We're going to be having more breakfast later. We're going to be breakfast for lunch. So just like pretty chill platter. Coffee, some cereals, and olives. Trying some like raisins, yogurt, and this interesting looking cake, which looks like some kind of banana cake. I'm excited to dig in.
We're at the Blue Mosque.
Which is unfortunately hard to see because it's actually like under renovation right now. Shivam, give us the history.
It was created about 400 years ago. So apparently it was after the defeat of the Ottoman Empire by the Persian Empire in a certain war. They decided to try and make this place as sort of a way to reassert their dominance or try and show that they have some sort of dominance in the Ottoman Empire as opposed to the Persian Empire. So yeah, I mean, I guess like what's interesting about this place is that it's mainly made with blue tile. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And it's also one of the most holy sites for our followers of Islam in the world.
So the Blue Mosque is closed for restoration right now, so we're going to head over to the Hagia Sophia and go check that out first.
So we're at the Hagia Sophia, somewhere where I want to come since like 9th grade, because this is actually one of the first churches created by what was the Roman Empire. So basically there was the original Roman Empire, but then the Roman Empire split into the Western Roman Empire and the Eastern Roman Empire. And the Eastern Roman Empire was taken over by Constantine, which is why Istanbul was originally called Constantinople. And then basically they split off, and then it was renamed the Byzantine Empire. So this place was actually made in 300 AD. Not exactly, but around 300 AD, where it served as a church until around, I think it was 1453, which at that point it was remade a mosque. And then it basically has remained a mosque since, when it was retaken by the Ottoman Empire. So yeah, it's also a World Heritage Site, and we're gonna try and go inside.
All right, let's go.
It's amazing that this was built so long ago.
Yeah. It's hard to believe that this was built like 1700 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the detail, attention to detail is really beautiful. And it's like kind of, I mean, it's a little bit crowded right now, but I could see this place being just like very serene for like actual prayers.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's really amazing here how they actually hung those chandeliers all the way up to the top of the dome.
That's where the electrical line is.
Yeah. Mine is huge now.
Yeah.
We got so lucky.
Made it, like, just in time.
Literally, like, we were the last people in line before they closed the gate, before they started having people line up again.
Yeah.
And we just walked in like 2 minutes.
So we're at the Topkapi Palace now. This palace was constructed around 1500 and was primarily just like a living space for the sultans. It was a living space for about 200 years, and then after around 1700, they actually started moving their residences into like other different fancier palaces near the Bosphorus. So then this one kind of fizzled out and was eventually turned into a museum. But it's known for its really beautiful courtyards. You can see the gardens that look really nice, and I believe there's an entrance fee to go inside. But there's like over 100 rooms in this palace actually. So right now I guess it's just more for viewing purposes for tourists.
The gardens are really nice.
The trees
though.
are actually kind of cool looking. I've never seen trees like this before.
It's really nice view of the Bosphorus.
There's the bridge over there that connects the two European sides. And then there's like a bunch of cruises going through. We might take one later too.
Hopefully. Let's see. How are you enjoying it?
It's good. It's a little humid here, I feel. His hair is gonna poof up.
Really
Honestly
nice.
though, I prefer humid over arid though. When we were in Joshua Tree, it was like, I was dying. It was so arid there. Like, I wake up every day, every part of my lips were so dry. Like, I prefer this. I like this. It's good.
That tree kind of looks like the Whomping Willow, right?
From Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's their flying car.
Oh yeah.
And this whole place really just reminds you of Harry Potter. Like, I feel like the pillars and stuff, kind of like some of those scenes where they're walking around.
So where are we off to next?
I think we're gonna go to the bridge and towards the pier, and then determine if we want to take a cruise.
Yeah.
And then get food.
And we're gonna get a coffee. You're gonna get me a Turkish coffee. That's actually the first thing we're gonna do.
So what did you just get?
Just got Turkish Delight from
Sadrazam,
which is actually a pretty popular place here. I guess kind of close to the Hagia Sophia.
All right, She finally unboxed it.
So this is our Turkish delight. So this one is a like sour cherry flavor. I really liked this one. And then we also tried this one. I believe this is like pistachio almond. This one just looks like chocolate hazelnut or something. It has like, it looks like what is Nutella, I guess, inside of it. And then like actual Nutella, not like fake Nutella. And then it has pistachios on the side. So let's give it a go.
It's really sticky too.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it tastes so good. Not at all what I thought it would taste like.
Yeah, I for some reason thought it would be like
Laffy Taffy.
yeah, something like just fake tasting, but it's really good. It has a lot of fillings. Yeah. Shivam just said the most nonsensical thing I've ever heard in my life. It's honestly a disgrace that you and I are together.
What?
Tell the world what you just said.
I think Turkish delight is better than baklava.
No, absolutely not.
It is.
No.
There's so many flavors.
No, but baklava literally just like it melts in your mouth and it's like so buttery and nutty and sweet and it's like the carbs. It's just, I loved all the flaky stuff. It's so yummy.
I like this better.
Okay, well,
As a candy fan.
yeah, you are a candy fan. Yesterday there was a kid on the plane that had a massive bag of Sour Patch and then he spilled like half of it on the plane.
It was a sad moment.
Yeah. Shivam was about to eat it off the floor.
What?
Anyways, now we're heading over to the Bosphorus and we're gonna go check out and see if there's any tours or anything. If not, we'll move on to our breakfast part 2. It's a day of eating.
It's a nice view.
Me?
What do you think?
Am I the nice view? Yes? Or
Yeah.
no? I'm chilling.
Are you?
Yeah.
Says the person who's scared of boats.
No, I'm not scared of boats. I just don't love the idea of potentially me falling into the water and not being able to save myself.
You're scared of boats
That's what
and
Shivam.
swimming.
That's what Shivam here.
But this is nice. We're seeing a bunch of things just by cruising around.
$5 cruise.
Yeah, $5 cruise.
And the rest of the day, our itinerary is to just eat.
Yeah. Shipper wanted to relax, so she gets to just sit here and look.
Yeah, my legs are hurting. Well, I walked more today than I have in a long time.
You look distressed. What's going on?
It's an uphill battle. We're going to a famous Turkish breakfast place.
Will it be worth it?
I guess we'll find out.
So what did you think of your breakfast
I
meal
thought you
for
were taking a picture.
brunch?
It's good. I mean, I think that like what I've realized is that it was a lot of food and I don't think that I am necessarily able to eat that much food anymore, but we had a little bit of a taste of everything, so it's good. I don't know if I would go out of my way to go back to that place. Like, there was a lot of hype on like, I think it was just Google reviews. Like, people were saying this is like the best place to come have breakfast. So
It's whatever.
it was alright. It's fine.
I don't think it was any different from any other place per se.
Yeah.
Looked basically the same.
There's a heavy emphasis on sweet things too, like for breakfast. So like jams and like really sweet nut butters and lots of bread and stuff. So it's like it's a lot. Like I feel like for people who don't eat that much sweet, like it's a lot. So
And what are you doing now?
I am having an afternoon coffee. We're back on the road.
Yep, out of Istanbul's crazy traffic.
Now we're just driving to Cappadocia.
But now we're on like the inside highways, and these are probably the best highways I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Literally the smoothest roads, amazing rest stops. Like there was like a fancy restaurant stop back there with like this brand new Starbucks and stuff.
Shivam's gonna move to Turkey now. He likes it better than America.
No. I like America still. But it's just dated. We stopped at a rest area,
Yeah.
literally in the middle of nowhere, and it's just There's like stores everywhere. There's restaurants everywhere. It's like so clean.
Yeah, we just came to stop for the bathroom, but this is like a mall gas station.
Yeah. We just got to our hotel in Gureme. But then there's all the caves here with rooms built into them and hotels. We're gonna take showers and then get some food. But we also got our room here. We have our own balcony where we can see kind of that same view. And yeah, hopefully it should be a fun time here for the next couple days. Got a vegetable kebab and veggie pide for dinner.
I'm hungry.
We're just about to have breakfast. We have a day of hiking ahead of us. Unfortunately, our initial balloon got canceled because of some wind today. I'm not really seeing that much wind, and
It's chilly, but it's not that windy.
I feel like they could fly it during the day, but they only fly it during the mornings and nights because supposedly there's less wind. But in this case, there's actually more wind in the morning. So yeah, we'll try and see if we can get a balloon tomorrow then. In the meantime, we have breakfast with a whole bunch of stuff. It's looking pretty good.
These taste like mozzarella sticks. They're so good. The only form of cheese I can consume without having digestive issues.
We are hiking in the Rose Valley to see some of the rock structures here. I think these are some of the old like dwellings that people used to make in the rock. Like they would actually carve out these areas. I think there was a period of time when it was thought that certain invaders were coming into this area of Turkey, so they would use these dwellings as a way to also hide from those invaders. But there's apparently a lot of these like tunnel systems inside of this area, like where people actually used to live.
Yeah, it's cool. You can see like windows and stuff as well that they've carved into it.
Yeah, so there's windows, and then you can see like there's literal houses and things like that.
Yeah, it looks like there's some flat areas that might be like places where people slept and stuff. Yeah,
it's really cool. So we're gonna go keep walking up that way, and hopefully we'll see some cool rock structures and colors. So because there's supposed to be ink rocks here. This place really looks like we're in a totally different world or something. Like we're living on Mars, or I don't know. But it looks like it's like the set of Star Wars, basically. Like, you know, these rocks up here with doors and homes, and it's really crazy to see. And they went all the way up that far too. Like, how did they build up there? And you have to imagine this was done so many hundreds or thousands of years ago. How is all this happening? How is all that construction working? And how is it actually pretty like level? Like you can see some of these shapes are pretty rectangular, like well cut.
Yeah. I wonder what tools they use to cut.
Yeah. Found some more interesting structures. Here's some arches, natural arches, I think. This place is so big.
I kind of feel like I'm in Greece, but I've never been to Greece before. I guess this is what I expected Greece to be for some reason.
Yeah, I don't think this looks like Greece.
Shivan's venturing into this cave-like thing.
Ooh.
Are you gonna be able to fit? You're too fat to get in. And now you're covered in...
Oh. We hit a dead end, so we're gonna head back. Unfortunately, Shifra cannot climb this.
I can climb it, I just need some trekking poles and some good hiking boots, which I didn't bring.
Well, I could have flown to the top. I'm just kidding.
I mean, cool. If you come here, you should bring trekking poles and some hiking boots, because then you can literally climb up this mountain. And you could probably go explore some of the dwellings that are like higher up, which could be kind of cool.
Regardless, it was a nice hike.
It's really quiet here.
There's literally no one here.
Very meditative.
We've seen 3 people total.
Yeah.
And they were all part of one group and went a different direction.
Yeah.
But it's called Rose Valley because over here we have some of these stones that are different colors. So you can see like a band of
reddish
pink across all of these. So we're standing on top of a natural bridge while looking at all these fairy chimneys.
I just feel like it's kind of eerie here. Like it's super quiet. You can't hear any traffic or anything, and it's just weird to think that like there's so many like of these dwellings that have like doors on them. It's just kind of eerie, like to think that people used to live here.
Yeah.
And they're like really dark on the inside too, so like I don't want to go inside. Like there could be people squatting in there.
I don't know about that, but I feel like they could set up a pretty interesting hotel here, and people would definitely pay like $1,000 a night to sleep inside these sort of caves. Interesting, like you can hear every single little creek around you for like quite a distance. So yeah. And
there's lots of like birds flying around.
Not too many people here in the region.
Yeah,
generally.
In general,
it feels kind of dead.
It's really like, I feel like we're the only people here.
Just came for lunch. Turkish coffee, gozleme.
This Turkish coffee is not good.
Why is it not good?
It just tastes like dirt. And it has milk in it, and it still tastes so bitter.
And you didn't believe me.
No, it's not that I didn't believe you, but I wanted to try it myself to have the same, make sure I had the right understanding. But yeah, it's not too bad.
Food looks good, and the view here is really cool too. We were just talking about how in SF, or like the Bay in general, if this was a restaurant there with this sort of view, there'd be a line like going a mile that way. 5-hour wait.
Yeah, there's no wait for anything here. I think it's a low season. We're at Love Valley, which is basically just this valley down here with a bunch of interesting rock formations. It's super windy up here. So today we're heading out from Cappadocia. Unfortunately, we couldn't see the balloons because it turns out that when the wind is higher than 10 kilometers per hour, you can't see the balloons. And unfortunately, that appears to be a lot of people's reality once they get here. So if you ever decide to come here, keep that in mind, that you probably should come for 4 or 5 days, because we were here for 2 days and we still weren't able to see the balloons. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but today we're going to be heading out and driving over to Alanya, which is in the south of Turkey on the Mediterranean coast. So here's one last look at all the fairy chimneys. Now let's go, come on. We're currently on the way to Alanya, and we noticed that there are a ton of mountain ranges here that have snow on them, which is quite interesting and unexpected.
And the grass is really green.
Yeah, so it kind of looks like...
It's like Switzerland.
This is the Switzerland of Turkey, right here. It was pretty unexpected. I didn't expect this sort of scenery here. This is the sort of stuff you don't see unless you go on like a road trip. We're literally driving through snowy mountains in Turkey on the way to the Mediterranean coast.
Where it's gonna be warm.
Where it's supposed to be like warm and beachy, and we're not that far away from it, which is the wildest thing.
Mediterranean.
Super blue.
The beaches aren't really well maintained here, but the water is
pristine, yeah.
blue.
I don't even think I've seen water this blue before, like not even in Aruba.
No, it was Aruba.
Was it?
But I don't think it went out that far.
Yeah. We're about an hour away from our resort, so hopefully the views get better and better.
Yeah. It's your first time in the Mediterranean. How do you like it?
It's so warm out too. I love it. It's nice. So we're staying at the Sun Prime Sea Lounge adults only hotel in Alanya, Turkey, which is on the Mediterranean coast. And this is our little room tour. So this is an all-inclusive hotel, but you don't have to go with the all-inclusive option if you don't want to. So they have like multiple different tiers of plans. We don't have the beachfront room because we're cheap, but still we have a nice room. So this is the bathroom. So Pretty normal bathroom. You know, got your towels, toilet. This one has like a nice rainfall shower, which is nice. Love that. Love that for us. Large mirror, which I think probably has some, yeah, just your standard safe, storage space, extra blankets. Got your mini bar right here. Nice couch to lay on. Beds with our robes and slippers. One thing I love about Turkey is that every hotel comes with slippers, which is nice because I don't like being barefoot in hotels, and I don't like wearing my shoes either because it's uncomfortable. And then half the time I forget to actually bring slippers. So yeah, and then we've got a nice little chair here, and then this is our balcony, which not a beachfront view, but you can see the beach from here. Show them Shivam. And we'll get plenty of more footage of that, so more to come. I think now we're gonna head to try to find some food. Was just checking out the bed and just discovered this pillow menu. So different options here. You can get a standard pillow. You can get a goose feather pillow. Oh, these have different characteristics. So you can get the soft pillow. The goose pillow is medium firm. You can get the visco pillow, which is the orthopedic heat and pressure sensitive pillow. All right, let's get ordering. The water's really blue. I don't love the beach. Like, it's not the cleanest beach, but I think the water is still really pretty. It's good for walking.
Yeah. I think it would be probably pretty nice in the summer,
Yeah.
but it seems like the waves are a bit intense here.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good for surf, actually.
I think there's some other resorts that are a little further out that probably seemed a little bit better for like just general beaching. I think this one's
not even beach weather right now.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mind.
just soaking up some sun and eating a lot of good food today. What did you eat?
I had a donut and a Black Forest cake. I'm eating so much unhealthy stuff on this trip. I'm gonna be back to celery juice once I'm back.
Just got dinner from the buffet. What do you think?
This is my dream come true.
The food looks really good, and there's a lot of
Mediterranean foods.
there's a lot of vegetarian options too.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a little bit lacking in protein, but
Wow. That's the one thing I do.
yeah. But generally,
that's like a general theme for vegetarians across this country. Like, it's mostly just carbs.
but there's a lot of vegetables. It's good. Looks yummy. Time to dig in. We're at the Alanya Castle now. It's right at the top of this massive hill. And it seems like we're the only ones here.
Benefits of coming off season. It's a little bit rainy though today.
Yeah, but I think
Right
it's
now,
supposed
for
to
now.
clear up for the rest
Yeah,
of the
I see
day,
the sun coming out. So.
Yeah, but yeah, we're literally like the only ones here. This castle looks a lot like the Moorish castle in Portugal. So let's see what it looks like inside. It's a little bit eerie because we're the only people in this whole place.
Yeah.
I think the only cars parked here were the people working here.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Looks kind of different from the Moorish castle in Portugal.
I think the walls look similar, but the colors are different and
Yeah.
the stones are different.
Makes you wonder how they got all these stones up here because we're at quite a bit of elevation.
Yeah. I don't know how they get it up here today with those crazy roads on the way
We
up.
hardly got our car up here.
This is the view at the top of the castle. You can kind of see a little bit of a rain cloud over there, but the Mediterranean Sea is very blue. I actually have never seen this sort of place on Instagram or YouTube or anything. Like, I don't think anyone really comes here that much.
It's like a Amalfi, but not as expensive.
And then over here, you can actually see the other side of Alanya, which goes all the way over there. Hopefully it should be clearing up in the next hour or so, and then there shouldn't be any more rain.
It's finally out. You can see all the really blue water over there. And you can actually see the castle now. It kind of starts over there. And then I think people can take a cable car actually and come up to here and then walk up to the castle. We just drove up here because we're lazy.
I made it onto the wall. So you can actually walk along this wall up till there. You can see the wall down here that goes right down towards the Mediterranean Sea. And then all of that water over there. It's beautiful.
So we found a nice little small beach area here called Tersain Beach. Has some really beautiful blue waters. You can see over there. And this is really quite a beautiful place because you've got all the castles in the back and they're right on the water. So it'd be a fun place to come lounge, read a book. Of course, we're not going to do that because we're actually going to be paragliding over this area. But it's really nice.
On the way to paragliding. We're at the top. It was a long drive. So we just finished up our last day here in Alanya. We're going to be leaving tomorrow morning after breakfast towards Pamukkale and then Ephesus. Yeah, it was a very eventful day, right?
Yeah, first we went to go see the castles, then we went paragliding, which was an experience in and of itself. How did you like the paragliding, Shivam?
It was pretty good. I was a little bit scared before going there, but they took off so fast, and once you were in the air, like, it was awesome. And I didn't feel like unsafe or anything. It was like really smooth.
They were like buckling me in, and I thought, okay, like they're probably gonna say some stuff now and like whatever. But I was like, before I even knew it, I was like up in the air. I was like, oh crap, like we're flying. And I actually wasn't nervous leading up to it. Like Shivam kept saying he was kind of nervous. I wasn't. But then as soon as we got into the air, I started feeling kind of nauseated. And especially like halfway through the flight, I was like, oh my gosh, hopefully I don't pass out. But then I just kept closing my eyes and taking a few breaks because I do not like heights. And I was a little bit sweaty, I think.
I feel like I don't like heights, but like it was so high that like I didn't even notice the height. That's how I felt.
Yeah, you were looking at the view. You didn't really care. But like if you look straight down, then you're like, oh crap, you realize how high you are. And you're literally just suspended in air on a balloon with a balloon.
Yeah. But speaking of the view is amazing here.
This place is really underrated, I think.
Like the castle view was awesome. Like the castle looked a lot like the Moorish castle outside of Lisbon. And like, but it's like so much more interesting because it's on a hill. It has those castle walls that you can walk on, just like the Moorish castle. But in this one, like you're right on the water, on like the Moorish castle. So like there's so much like multicolored water that you can see, and it's like really cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I definitely love this place. Also, this resort we're staying at, Sun Prime Sea Lounge, fantastic food arrangement. Like it's all inclusive. They have a cafe that you can go to all day that has like a crazy assortment of really delicious pastries and like cakes.
Desserts.
It's crazy. And the dinner was phenomenal. Like, and literally anything you want, you can get at this dinner. And like it was all the Mediterranean food and pasta and pizza.
Today was Italian day. So they had a make your own pasta that they'd make right in front of you. And then they'd also
tiramisu.
They had tiramisu that they made, which was really good.
I am in a food coma and I'm so happy. Shivam, I think we should stay here another day. I am obsessed with it. I do not want to leave. I literally love this place so much. It's amazing.
Yeah. But Alanya it's awesome.
This place is severely underrated. I don't know why people aren't going here. It's freaking amazing.
Yeah, and then people always say go to Antalya, the other city, but then the only thing they've seen in Antalya is some like waterfall that goes into the ocean.
Which we didn't even go see.
But this castle is crazy. Yeah, there's no videos on social media about this castle, and this castle is amazing. That castle, we were the only ones there for like 15 minutes too.
Yeah, it was not crowded at all. Actually, I think this is a good time of year to come. Like the weather was pretty good. Not hot enough to go to the beach, but like I wouldn't go to the beach if I was here anyways. It's a nice beach to like walk along, but there's definitely some trash on the beach, which isn't ideal. So it's not the perfect place, but I mean, part of that I wonder is like, okay, if it's high season, do they clean that all up? Yeah, maybe. I think right now it's not really summer, so they're probably not getting not a lot of crowds going to the beach, or not a lot of people going from in between the beach and the resorts. But I think nevertheless, the water was still really blue. If they would clean up the beaches, I think even the beaches here would be pretty pristine because the water was really clean. Yeah. So... But other than that, this place is amazing. I think now we're going to just call it a day, take a shower, maybe watch a movie, and then we're going to head out and hit the road again tomorrow off to Pamukkale. So we just made it to Pamukkale after driving about 5 hours north of Alanya. And
This is a famous natural site here in Denizli, Turkey. And really it's just a bunch of calcium, I think, right? So there's hot spring water that's flowing down. It has rich in calcium, leaf calcium deposits, which is all the white that you see here. And supposedly there's some really beautiful, very bright blue looking hot spring pools that you can see here. So we're gonna go check them out. Let's see if it was worth the hype.
This definitely does look a little otherworldly. How are you feeling about this place?
I like it. I mean, I think like Instagram makes it seem like the water is like the bluest water you've ever seen in the world, which is not the case. But we see a stream over there and a little like pool over there, and it's pretty blue. We found the spring.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of them on the way up. It's so blue. It's definitely not as blue as the pictures. They're oversaturated, but it is pretty blue. It's pretty cool.
I think people take this stuff and they put it on their face. I think I'm gonna put some on Shivam's face.
No, you can't do that.
Honestly, Shivam could use a facial in my opinion.
We're hiking up the hill to the theater of Hierapolis. Looks pretty cool. Things here seem to date back to like 2nd century AD all the way back to 2nd century BC. We made it to the theater. This is incredibly steep. Like I feel like one misstep, someone falls, they're done.
Yeah.
How did I can't imagine.
I'm gonna push you over.
But it's really incredible. It looks so cool.
I wonder what they use this for. Probably, it looks like there's like a stage and everything.
Yeah. But I don't think I've ever seen such a large, well-preserved theater anywhere.
Not even the Colosseum?
Well, the Colosseum is different because that's like circular. But I think like this half theater, half thing. I feel like the one in Greece wasn't even as big next to the Acropolis.
Yeah, there's actually a lot more ruins like over here. It seems like they're still doing some excavation. There's even some like statues and stuff. So now we go back down, find some pide.
Pide. We're on our way down now. We wish we didn't have to go down this way. It's so painful. It's like walking.
Honestly, we're wearing socks, but like people are walking barefoot, and people over there are pretty annoyed about the fact that they have to walk barefoot.
It feels like we're walking on Legos.
Yeah.
Just over and over.
There's just a lot of like crevices or like.
It's just raised, and it's like you think it looks okay, but then it just like hurts so much.
Yeah.
But the view is quite interesting. I think it's really cool. The
Me?
blue water. You too. Getting some pide during the call to prayer. Just eating dinner here at the Nisanian Hotel.
It's so good. The food is so good. I can't believe it. They brought us like 3 beet salad and like this like yogurt dish, which we literally ate so fast.
And garlic bread.
We ate it so fast that we couldn't even get it on video. But they brought us free garlic bread too, which is like homemade. The bread here is homemade. I can tell by feeling it. Like it's not store bought. Yeah, and we didn't come here with much of an appetite, but now we're eating a lot of food, so I guess that's happening.
Shipra's tired.
I literally just ate more food than I've ever had in like months, probably.
And how did you like
full
it?
Meals, dessert, and extra sides that we did not ask for, we received for free. So the food was good. We had like a beet salad, some like yogurt with cucumbers, which was really good actually. Vegetable pasta, vegetable clay pot, and then what looked like some sort of homemade orzo that they had, and garlic bread on top of that. So I was in carbohydrate heaven. And then after that we had dessert, which was like this ice cream semolina thing. It was so good, and I'm literally so full. Shivam was talking about breakfast during the dinner.
Well, this place is known for their breakfast.
Yeah. Why don't you show them the room?
Yeah, so this room is pretty nice. It has cool paintings and it's painted pretty interestingly. It's got some art. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty, it's kind of like a niche hotel. It was actually suggested to me by ChatGPT of all things when I was asking for a hotel that specializes in kind of locally grown food and stuff like that.
Getting up here was quite the hike, though.
Yeah.
I thought Shivam was gonna drive us off a cliff.
I wasn't even close to driving off a cliff.
Yeah. No, it was dark
No.
though, and it was a gravel road, and there wasn't even like the barriers on the side.
Maybe if you were driving, you might have been close to the cliff, but I was not.
I wouldn't be driving on a cliff. I'm already really full from the dinner last night. Just did some damage to this breakfast. It's literally fantastic. So French press coffee, olives, fresh vegetables, and a variety of jams. They also make olive oil here, so that's fresh olive oil, butter. We got some assortment of cheese, and then some more jams and olives as well, and then fresh bread. Shivam, how was the breakfast?
It's probably one of the best breakfasts I've ever had.
Sad to leave this breakfast. It's literally so good. I'm dying. Although I will say the serving sizes are huge here. It's really hard to finish stuff.
Yeah. That's too much food for two people.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
So, that's the hotel. It has this really nice patio here with like a lot of cool greenery growing all over the place. It's really nice and natural. We're just above Ephesus right now, and we're going to be heading down there after just checking this area out a little bit. And we're going to be looking at several different sites today. I think one's a castle, one's a temple, and then we're going to be looking at the ruins of the ancient city. So that'll be kind of our last major thing here in Turkey before heading back to Istanbul later today.
And then we fly out tomorrow morning.
Yes, tomorrow early morning we'll be flying out back to SFO direct flight with Turkish Airlines. So we're here at St. John's Basilica, just outside of the main Ephesus area. This is a ruin that dates back to the 6th century. You can see it's got some intact columns here. You can see a lot of the structure around, but generally most of the things are broken down. But you also do have the castle here, up there in the distance. I don't believe there's any sort of structures inside the castle anymore. From what I read online, it's mostly ruins. But the walls themselves are very
Yeah.
so it's a pretty cool view up there.
I think I saw online that they said it's like one of the most well kept walls of a castle, actually, like well maintained. That still exists.
It's kind of interesting to see what it was once supposed to look like and how it looks like now. So we're coming up on the castle now. It was a pretty cool view back there and interesting to see what it was supposed to look like way back when. But essentially the history here is that after the death of Christ, the Virgin Mary and St. John came to this area of Turkey, Ephesus specifically, kind of to impart some knowledge or something like that. I believe it was around 50 AD they came here. Later on in the 6th century, to commemorate that visit here, the Emperor Justinian created this massive basilica, kind of to commemorate him and his wife, and also have his tomb here, but also to commemorate St. John and the Virgin Mary coming to this area. So it's an interesting site. It was also cool to see that like there's some foundations in America funding some of this research here.
Yeah, in good old Lima, Ohio.
Yeah. But yeah, here's the castle. Should be cool to see. Just outside the castle, there's a whole lot of farmland as far as the eye can see. It's very green.
Yeah.
All right, we just got to Ephesus, the ancient city of Ephesus. It's actually been around for over 3,000 years. So it dates back to the Greek Empire, Roman Empire, I assume Ottomans, and everything in between. We made it into the theater. It's quite the view, right?
There's actually a lot of people here too.
Yeah, and it's massive. Are we finally having
So we came to the side of Istanbul in Europe, right? That's the
Yeah.
side? Yeah. So on our way to our airport, I really wanted to try this manti, which is a traditional Turkish dish, which is basically like a ravioli with yogurt on it. So you can show you. Manti is traditionally served with meat. So all the places that we went to always had meat in them, but we're vegetarians. So this place actually has both vegetarian and vegan options. It's called Mira Manti. And so, I mean, you should drive through the hectic streets of Istanbul to come here. But this looks really good. We got one cheese one and one vegetarian. So let's see how it is.